90% of the world is stuck in a race they don't understand, chasing a number they'll never reach because they don't know what they're actually running toward. Is the only difference between a man with $1,000 and a man with $100 million a few extra zeros in a bank account? Or are they living in two completely different realities? Today, we are pulling back the curtain on the evolution of wealth, from the desperate struggle of the $0 mark to the untouchable power of the 9-figure elite, to show you exactly how your life, your brain, and your freedom change at every single level. When you are between $0 and $1,000, life is defined by one word: survival. You are constantly in survival mode. Paying a utility bill feels like winning a war, and a single flat tire or a medical emergency can ruin your entire month. At this level, you don't work for dreams, you work for bread and shelter. The stress is primal because your brain is too busy worrying about today to ever plan for tomorrow. As you move toward $10,000, you experience your first breath of fresh air. This is the level of basic security. You likely have a small emergency fund, and for the first time, you aren't terrified of your mailbox. You start prioritizing quality over the cheapest option, better clothes, healthier food. However, this is also the trap zone. Many people fall victim to lifestyle creep here, raising their expenses as soon as their income rises, keeping them stuck on the treadmill. The real psychological shift happens at $100,000. Often called the first 6 figures, this is where your money starts having babies. You stop just saving and start investing. You finally understand the power of compound interest. At this level, you gain a small dose of freedom money, the ability to quit a job you hate or take a few months off because you have a solid cushion. Your confidence begins to outpace your anxiety. But when you cross the $1 million mark, you officially enter the millionaires club. Life becomes physically comfortable. You stop looking at the right side of the menu and start looking at the left. You travel better, live in a safer neighborhood, and your social circle begins to shift. Interestingly, this is often the most insecure level. Why? Because you stop comparing yourself to your neighbors and start comparing yourself to people who have $50 million. You're rich, but you don't feel done yet. By the time you hit $10 million, you are no longer just rich, you are wealthy. Money is no longer a constraint for any standard human need. Your house, your cars, and your children's education are all secured. At this stage, you stop trading your time for money and start using your money to buy time. You hire people to handle your life so you can focus on what you actually love. The biggest challenge here isn't debt, it's boredom. This is why many at this level turn toward high-stakes philanthropy or niche hobbies. Finally, at $100 million, you aren't just a person, you are an institution. Your life is unrecognizable to the average person. We're talking private jets, full-time security details, and a seat at the table with the world's most powerful figures. At this level, money is just a way of keeping score. Your primary focus shifts from accumulation to legacy. How will the world remember your name? The cost of this level, however, is your privacy. You can no longer walk down a street unnoticed. The journey from $0 to $100 million isn't just about the numbers in a bank account, it's about the evolution of your mind. Each level grants a new form of freedom, but each level demands a new kind of responsibility. The question is, which level of life are you truly prepared to live?